Hello everyone and welcome back to another Procreate tutorial where today we're going to be drawing a angry banana. So grab your iPad and your Apple Pencil and let's get started. All of the things that you will need to follow along with this tutorial will be in the description below. It is a free download, although if you are generous and you want to support the channel and you appreciate the free videos every week, you have the ability to donate $1 or $2 for the cause, and it's highly appreciated. But I'm going to use the Chamel Inker Streamliner. Alright, so I guess I'll start with this banana peel down here. And I'm going to do... So I want to use the thick to thin. I think I'll start over here. So about right there on the square. And I'm going to go thin, and then I'm going to start doing it thicker. And I'm going to end up with thick about right there. So you can see how that looks. Alright, and maybe that inside line right there. So maybe like that. Okay, and then we can continue this line. That looks good. Alright, let's do... I think I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom of the banana right here. So I'm going to start off thin and get a little bit thicker down here on the bottom. Just about like that. And then this side, kind of opposite. I'm going to start thin and then go thick up to about right there. Alright, and now the little connection here on the bottom of the banana. Just about like that. And then the square portion here. So maybe come out to that line. To about right there. And then we're going to make kind of a triangle shape. Maybe like that. That looks good. And this is going to be kind of simulating a line going up. I want it really thin. Just kind of break it up a little bit. Sometimes that gives it a little bit more interest when you break lines up like that and not just have a complete straight line. Alright, let's do this little piece of the peel down here. I think I'm going to start thin over here and go thick when I connect it right there. And then we got this little thin line that's going to go up like that. I think that's good. Alright, so what shall we do next? Maybe go ahead and finish this banana part down here on the bottom. Possibly, maybe I'll turn it this way so I can get a better angle on it. We're going to start thin here. And I want to go down, I want to come up to about right there. So maybe like that. I think that's good. Okay, then we're going to have another thin line. Maybe like that. Alright, and then starting about right there. I think I'll start over here and make it thin and then thicker as we go up. Yeah, that's good. So there's that peel over there. Alright, let's get, I think I'm going to start on his hand right here. So we got it coming down right here, and we got a knuckle right there, and then it's going to loop around like that. So let's do that section here, and then we got a knuckle coming up like that, and then the finger coming around like that. Maybe that's good. Okay, another knuckle here, and then Another finger like that. Okay, and then another knuckle here. I think that's good. Alright, let's do the top portion here. So that part right there. I'm going to come across. Maybe make a thumb like that. Let me connect this. So guys, you may make sure that you connect all of your lines and don't leave anything open. It's gonna, you know, I don't want that nail touching the left side here, so I'm gonna do that again and do it like that. Maybe a couple thin lines under that, simulate some wrinkles. Then maybe like this. Maybe some lines over here. I think that's a good hand. I think I'm happy with that. Alright, so I'm going to get his arm going over here. So we're going to start about right here. And then the elbow is going to come out and pass this vertical line here. And then we're going to come back and join the wrist right here. And we can overlap it a little bit. So maybe start up here. Maybe turn it a little bit so I can get that pulling it towards me. It's easier to do it that way. So here, and then maybe an elbow. And then like that. When you overlap things like this, it really gives it a more of a three-dimensional kind of look to it. So it's better to do it that way. When you're doing this, if you just connect them all perfectly, it kind of looks like a coloring book in a way. It doesn't look really that good. So just something that I've learned over the years that I've been doing this. Alright, so let's do the arm here. And I'm gonna overlap it just a tiny bit. Okay, let's do maybe a wrinkle here. And then we'll get the arm coming in right there. Yeah, I think that arm looks good. Okay, let's do the arm on the other side. So I think it's going to start here. It's going to come out to about right here. So you can see right there. And it's going to come across. Oops. That's okay. And then it's going to come here, and then a hand is going to come out around like that. Alright, so let me see. So I'm going to do a flap here, and then maybe like that, possibly. I think that's good. Okay, and then up here, it's gonna kind of go over his body. His body's gonna come up like a straight, really thick line right there. So I think I'm gonna do a maybe like that. Yeah, I'm gonna come down this part of the arm because that's gonna overlap. So thin, thick. Maybe like that, and now this is where the arm is going to connect with that. Yep, I like it. That's good. Okay, so now we got the thumb coming down like that. And we're going to put a nail in. Couple of wrinkles. Alright, and this finger starts about right here. Maybe about like that. And then we got a line about like that. Okay, we got another finger coming here, and that's going to connect with that peel right there. But we've got to loop kind of the knuckle here. Put that in first. And then I'm going to put the finger coming around like that. And we're going to do that one more time. That's better. It was straight. I wanted it kind of a curve in, then out, then around. Okay, the last finger. See, it's going to connect with the hand about right there. Okay, so we can do a knuckle and then around like that. Yeah, I think that's good. So it looks like he's got his hands on his hips. If he's got hips, bananas don't have hips, right? Alright, so we got this thick line coming up here, which is going to be the body. So I'm going to make that really thick. I'm going to push hard. Okay. And let's see what else we got here. We got a couple of detail lines right here, right there, and then we got a thick to thin line right there, and then one over here. That's good. Okay, we got a body line coming right there. Now we're going to do this lip, bottom lip portion right here. So it's going to come here, around and up, and it's going to touch the arm, and then it's going to come out to about right there. I'm going to put a little mark there. It'll tell me where to go. So I'm going to go thin to thicker and stop right there. That's good. Let me make sure this arm is connecting. That's good. Alright, and what else we have here? We got the inside of the mouth. So we want to start here and come down right here. We want to stop before we cross this horizontal line. So we're going to start about right here, come down, and then loop it. That's good. Maybe another line right there. Okay, then we're going to have the bottom of the mouth come across down to about right there. I'm going to do that one right now. So right there. That's good. Okay, and then this top portion here, we're going to have it overlap and then connect down here. Remember, that's the line that's going to kind of simulate a lip. So we're going to connect to this one here, not that one up there. So thin. Maybe like that. I don't know. I don't like how that touched right there. So I'm going to erase this part. And also, guys, you can hold your pencil down and it'll make a better curve. Just like that, and then kind of fix this where the line lengths are the same width. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so that's his mouth done, and then we're going to kind of simulate some teeth. We're not going to draw all the teeth, we're just going to kind of simulate them. So I'm going to kind of put some gum lines like this. So those are not fangs, they're where the teeth meet the gums. Alright, and then we're gonna just do some lines like this. And then one right there. So they're gonna simulate some teeth. Actually, I might want this one to touch. I'm going to do this one again because it's not meeting the triangle up there. So I'm going to go maybe like that. Now let me put this one going across back in. Maybe here too. That's good. I like it. Okay, so what do we have next? Let's do the top portion of this lip. So we're supposed to come around and come down to about right there. So just gonna do a thin to a thick and then meet it right there. That's good. And then we got like a little line here. That's good. Let me see. Maybe we should put this head in. So start here, go up, and then come down to about right where the shoulder's at. So we want to finish about right there. And we want to start about right there. And this is going to be quite a thick line. So I'm just going to start off by holding down hard. And then connecting that. Now I went over it a little bit, so I want to clean that up some. That's good, but you know what? I think I can make that loop a little bit. I'm going to hold my pen down this time to make it more of a uniform curve. So hold it down, and then you can see it kind of fixes it. And then we can clean this up with our eraser. That right there. And then maybe connect. That's good. Yeah, I like how that looks. Alright, so the top of his head here, we're going to have an eyebrow that comes maybe like that. It looks like we have another line that meets it right there. Then we have one that starts here and kind of parallels it. So I'm gonna, where does that start at? Right, about right there. So I'm gonna thick, thin, and just kind of parallel that upper brow there. Alright, so this upper portion of the head, we're gonna start here. Connect it to that one, and then we got the eye. I think I'm gonna, okay, this eye is gonna be tricky. Maybe I'll start here at the bottom. It's not gonna be a complete circle. I can hold my pen down so it will make a very nice curve. Alright, so maybe connect right there and a line going like that, and then the pupil's going to be very small. I think that's good. And it turned out good. Okay, we're going to have another line. Actually, you want to start off thin. Connect right there. Remember, he's an angry banana. I think that's a little too thick. That's better. Alright, and then maybe another. I think that's good. Okay, this eye over here is going to how can I do this one? I think I'm going to have to do it in two separate parts. So I want to get this bottom eyelid, eye fold, whatever this is. So I'm going to start. This is going to be really thin. Maybe like that. Up and around. Possibly. And then another one is going to come around like that. And I want to break this bottom line up. So I'm going to erase part of it. About like that. Okay, then we got this rounded portion here on the bottom. So maybe too thick. About like that. Alright, let's put in some little lines and then maybe another one here. Alright, now this eyeball. This is kind of tricky. So this portion is going to connect to about right there, and then hold my pen down. That's fine. Now this one, all of these lines have to connect, so maybe here to there. I think that's good. And then I'm gonna fix all these lines here. That's good, and another eyeball right there. Alright, let's give him the little angry mark here, as in anime style. That means I'm angry. Alright, maybe some more kind of detail lines. You know what? I think that's it. I think that's all I want to do with it. So there is our sketch. But you know what? Where the banana and the peel, we need to fix this. So this part here is going to be coming out and connecting to the hand. And then over here too, we need one. Maybe like that. Yeah. Now we're finished. So that is going to be our sketch. I'm going to go ahead, actually not our sketch, this is going to be my lines. But you could go over, if you sketched it first, you can go over it and put in the thick to thin lines. So I'm going to get rid of my drawing guide and my reference photo now. So there we have our inked in banana. So let's start throwing in the colors. I provided the color palette for you also. Okay, let's start our coloring now. So I provided the color palette for you. So I guess we're going to start with the yellow color maybe. So what you should do is make a layer and drag it under your line work. And then click on your line work and set it to reference. So what that's going to do is when you drop in your colors here under it, it's going to use the lines above it to tell where the colors are going to go. And for my sake, I'm going to go ahead and lock my sketch so I won't accidentally put a color in there. Alright, so let's do the, I guess the basic yellow portion first. So the way I've structured this palette is I've given you the base color, the shadow, and the darker shadow. So it's kind of like that on all of them, except for this last row here. And these are kind of odds and ends that we need to do, like the gum color, the gums, and maybe some highlight colors, and then the black was for our outline. So I'm going to start with this yellow banana color first. I'm just going to drag it and drop it in right there. And then this over here too. And then the edge of the banana there. So I think that is going to be all of the yellow color. So let's do the black portion down there. So I've given you this gray color right there. Drag and drop that in. Okay, I'm going to turn off my background color so we can see where these white parts go. So you can either turn it off or you can just change the color to something else. So I'll just change the color to something else. Alright, so we're going to use this, looks like a white but next to the yellow. That's going to be the inside of the banana color. And probably his body as well. Let's get his arm over there. Looks like I closed everything off properly. I think I'm going to do this. Oops. I'm going to do this edge here also. There we go. And his teeth and eyes is going to be this white color right there. Drag and drop those in, and his teeth too, and his nails. 2 thumbnails. Oops, I forgot the eyelid right there, so we're going to do that same banana color right there. Alright, and let's get the gums. That's the only part we haven't colored yet. So it's going to be this pink color down here in the very bottom. Oops, touched a line, didn't want to do that. If you want to undo it, just double tap with your 2 fingers, or tap once, not double tap, just tap once with 2 fingers, and it will undo what you just did. Alright, so there's all of our color flats are in, so let's get in on the shading next. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my reference off because I don't need that anymore. I'm going to make a new layer on top of the color, and this is going to be our darker colors. Also, I'm going to set the layer to clipping mask. So what that's going to do is it'll only allow us to color onto the banana portion only. If we try to do outside of it, it won't do anything. So that will be easier for us. So let's do the shading on the black part here. So I'm going to do kind of a triple shading. So what I'm going to do first is do this darkest color. So that was that. And get this very bottom. And we're going to do a shadow coming right there, and I think maybe about right there. I think that's it. That's all I want to do. And then I'm going to take this next color, which is a little bit lighter in the middle, and then I'm going to make a layer under the one we just made so it won't mess up that one, and we're just going to go over it. Just like that. So it's going to give it a 3 layered shading. Just like that. Okay? So just remember to keep these things separate. So I'm going to go back to the darker one. We're going to do the banana color now. So go to the very darkest portion. And then we're going to do a loop about like that, maybe up a little bit higher. That's good. And then I'm going to do one over here. That's good. And then here to there. That's good. And then maybe one over here too. So I'm going to have this line here continuing maybe right there. Yep. I like it. And I think that is going to be all of the very darkest part. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to that other layer, and then we're going to pick the next lighter color of the banana shading, and we're going to do one more. Do that, and this whole side of the banana. We'll make my brush a little bigger so we can get this large portion in here colored in really quickly, just like that. Now I'm going to take my brush size down a little bit more. Alright, and then we're going to do one here just like that, and then one here. Good. One right there, and maybe there. All right. Right there too. Okay, I think that is it for the outside of the banana peel. Let's do the inside now. I'm going to go back to that top shadow layer again, and then we're going to pick the, which one did I choose for the banana peel? I think this one. So we're going to go for that very bottom one, which is the darkest shading, and we're going to do maybe here. I think that's good. And then maybe where the fingers are. His hand might create a little shadow there. Okay, and then maybe on this side too. Fingers are probably going to create a shadow right there. All right, fingers. Just going to make a loop under each one. Just like that. And then on this side, I don't like these little jaggies. Erase that. Here we go. That's better. And then maybe right here on the edge of the thumb. All right, probably right there under the elbow, maybe around like that, and then right there where it connects over here, maybe here, right there, and maybe a little bit right there. Okay, how about under the eyes? Yeah, it could be right there, maybe there, and right there. And then these folds up here. That. Maybe the top of the eye there. Possibly there. Possibly there. So there's no right or wrong where to do this at. You just want to kind of get an idea of where you think your lighting is coming from. I remember when I first started doing this, I was like, how in the heck do I know where these things are supposed to go? And then after doing it 100 times, you just kind of get the feel for where it should be, probably. All right, I think that's good. I'm going to leave it like that. So I'm going to go to this other layer under it, and then we're going to pick that next lighter color. And then we're basically going to do the same thing. We're just going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, over here. I'm going to do like that. Kind of break this space is kind of really open. I'm just going to go ahead and color that one in right there. Okay, and on the tops of the fingers. that's good. Maybe the knuckles. Have a little shadow on those. Possibly right there. Okay, and maybe there. Gonna go there. You know what? I should have put something here. I'm gonna click on this darker color. I'm gonna go back to that top layer. And then I'm going to click that lighter color again. We're going to go back to our bottom layer here. Yeah. Should have been like that to begin with. Okay, let's break this up a little bit. I'm going to do a thick to thin here. And maybe under the fingers. Probably go ahead and do all that in right there. Alrighty, maybe some knuckles. And here. Alright. Just going to kind of follow along where the other ones were. That arm is good. Maybe here. Maybe a little more right there. Alright, under these eyes. I think that's about it. I think that's good. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Alright, so let's get started on the teeth now. So we're gonna do, where was the teeth? Right here, darker color. And then we're gonna make sure we're on the right layer, which was that one on top. And we're gonna do a kind of a loop. Simulate the roundness of the teeth. Like that. And like that. Okay, and then possibly across here where the teeth are going to be separated and go all the way across. Maybe right there. Okay, and then along the top, I'll put a little bit. Just about like that. I think that's enough. We're going to go back down to the bottom layer of that. We're going to pick the lighter color, which was this one. And we're just going to do basically the same thing. So now you can see the separations of the teeth starting to happen. All right, I like it. I'm just gonna put a little. Put some little lines. And then over here too on the bottom. I'm not gonna let them match up though. Just like that. I think that's good. Okay, maybe a little shading on the eyes. I think I'm just gonna keep this same color that I got right now and just go really lightly along the bottom. And then up right there just a little bit. Alright, I think that is gonna do it. That will complete our angry banana. I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. Remember, you can follow along with all of the things in the description below I provided for you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'd be very much appreciative. Also, give it a thumbs up, give me a comment, and post yours up on Instagram. Tag it with Chamel Does Art, and I'll be able to take a look at that. And with that, I will see you next time. Take care, guys.